Well, here's the pellet stove operating on low. You can see it's a small flame. It keeps the house fairly stable temperature-wise. We only heat the house to around 67 through 70 degrees. The only thing you'll notice is you'll see that the stove is not centered on the pad. The gap over here is huge compared to basically no gap over here. The reason is the stove is aimed across the room at another wall because we weren't able to obtain a 45 or 90 degree elbow that we were supposed to put right there. So you can see the tape I put in there to temporarily seal it from the outside world, but it's supposed to angle about like this, somewhere over here. It should be angled straight towards me, and what'll happen is the front edge here will come over more and it'll look more centered, and that doesn't really matter a whole lot, but that's what's going to happen. So the local hardware store ordered one for us, and it'll be here today's Sunday, so 4 more days, so we'll see. And then I have to take that pipe, shove it through the wall about 10 inches, and then put the 90 on. Now a 90, the adjustable 90s and the adjustable 45s, you can adjust them from 90 all the way to 0 degrees, which is a straight piece of pipe, and the same with the 45. If you get the adjustable ones, we ordered an adjustable one and didn't get it. It came fixed at 45, so it doesn't help us any. So instead of playing that game, the guy ordered us one. It'll take a little while, and then when I get it in my hands, I can test it. So anyway, here's our temporary install. It's working pretty good. It really takes the chill off the house. There's no smoke or dust in here, but just the slight smell of the fire. So, do you suppose the air conditioner's a little too close? I didn't really have much of a choice. So what I did for the exhaust is it goes out and then it angles this way away from the air conditioner. I think I need to probably cover the air conditioner with a plastic bag on the outside to keep it, maybe that'll help, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I put caulking, you can see, if I can get the camera right. See the daylight right through there? It looks like I didn't seal it. I did seal it, but it's clear. So as soon as it cures, it goes from white to clear. It lets the light through. So that was a big mistake. I don't want to ever use clear caulking because it doesn't show that you did your job. It shows, it kind of fakes you out. So anyway, I'm going to seal off the air conditioner and see if that helps with the smell. I used my nose and it didn't find anything. So the other option that I need to look at is fresh air intake. See the intake right there, whatever size that is, 1.5 inches or something. This thing is designed funny. If you remember in a previous video, that pipe right there that leads in, a couple inches in, it has 2 great big openings on it, so it would inhale air from inside the house anyway. And that's just weird. Why would you bother putting outside air attached to here when it's going to inhale it from the inside anyway? So maybe there's some kind of a C-shaped channel missing that you can, optionally cover those other holes with. I don't know. That's just, I don't know if it's worth it. I think I've been, you watch the videos by professionals and they say your fire burns hotter. It burns more completely. Yeah, that's assuming it's not sucking air from the inside of the house. So the other problem with that, in my mind, is if you have the outside air coming into that thing and the stove is off and everything, you now have an 1.5 inch hole leading from the outside cold air into your house. So you have a leak all the time. and I have a big problem with that. So I'm not sure how to handle that. I'll do some more research. This stove is 2002 model, I believe, 2003. And I've found all I could find on it. Nothing specific to this model. It's kind of like a general instruction manual that covers several models. So they don't say anything in there about covering those holes in the side of that intake pipe. So that's just a little interesting to me. One of the ways you can tell the era of the stove, you see the slots are horizontal. Ones that are newer than this, all the slots are vertical. So the other way you can tell it's a Whitfield, of course, is the handle on the side. See that? It's like a knife switch. You just, pull it down and it opens right up. So, and the three-sided glass, of course. Thank God ours isn't cracked. So anyway, that's where we're at. It's working really good. I know my girlfriend is thrilled to death. We've got one bag of pellets left. The interior here has got probably 2/3 of a bag in it. Oh, not anymore, it doesn't. It ran out last night. The stove shut off because it drew all the pellets down and kind of left a crater at the top there, and I think it just ran out. So you have to shove all those pellets over every once in a while. I'll do that after, well, no I'm not. I'll just do it right here. It's not hard. This whole bay is warmed. It's like a kind of a pre-warming thing. I don't know if it's by design or by accident, but what it does is I'm sure it helps dry the pellets out. Because they sit around in bags, and I've seen some of these bags are perforated on purpose. One other thing I've learned is this cleans the heat exchange tubes, but you can only pull on it when the stove's hot and running. If this thing's been off, you can't move that thing at all. It's the little scraper's a little bit bent, and I'm not sure what to do about that. It doesn't scrape the last bottom inch of the tubes, they're angled, and it doesn't scrape the last bottom inch of it. So that's something more long-term to worry about. But I noticed that because when it's hot, it moves with great ease. Anyway, it's working pretty good. This one, like I've said before, is from 2002, 2003. I don't know if these pellets are any good. The guy gave me 3 or 4 bags. So you just gotta, take what you got. We had a bag from Home Depot. It burned okay. They all burn about the same. Anyway, that's it. The thing's running good. I keep saying that's it, but I know there's more for me to yak about. Oh, so what's not finished yet, because I didn't know if I have to take this apart yet, is there's no caulking around the edge of the wall thimble here or on the outside. I didn't caulk them yet. That will happen. I just didn't know if this was going to have to get adjusted or moved or whatever. So I left it without the caulking. Our weather here is still dry, no snow, no rain. And as soon as we get the angled piece in here and get this thing realigned so it's aimed into the living room and not up against a wall, it'll be time. What I did in the short term, see that piece of wood? I'm trying to angle the thrust of the output into the living room. That's because it was warming up the wall pretty nicely, which is fairly useless. So I grabbed that from the garage and set it up there, and that'll get back in the garage as soon as this is finished here. The thing that I want to find out about is this is one of those, $15, $20 thermostats, and it works okay. I'll tell you what works really good is the one I have for our heat pump. You can access it through my cell phone. It's awesome. It's awesome. If I think I've forgotten to turn the heat off or something, or the AC, depending on the time of year, I can do it over my cell phone. It's brilliant. I love that thing. And the instructions say not to use anything like that with this stove. Well, I need to find out if, the newer ones, the newer thermostats can handle this. because this is just an on-off switch. That's all it is. When you turn the temperature up and it closes, it activates the stove. So why couldn't they use a fancy one for this? They're a little expensive. I bought mine when they first came out. It was 120 bucks. Yeah, that was way too expensive, but you know what? It's significantly worth it. And I'd like to put one in for this. They're wireless. They work off of Wi-Fi, and so you can kind of mount it anywhere. Now the fancy ones, they run off the power. There's a little transformer that runs all this stuff, and you have to have power for it. So I don't think it just runs on batteries. Anyway, I don't remember. It's been 5 years since I set it up. But I want to see if I can put in a one that's got Wi-Fi capability, because man, is that worth it. This thing takes a while to warm up, right? To get to running temperature, probably 15 or 20 minutes. And I think it would be nice if I was on my way home or something from out of town, if I could fire it up, and then when I get here it's putting out good heat. Anyway, it's working good for now. Like I said, we got the thermostat to do, got to caulk the thimbles. You know, I asked the people in these stores about these thimbles and they don't even know what a thimble is, so there must be another more common term for what that is. Anyway, it's installed, it's working. We've been using it for, what, 4 bags of pellets over about a week now, and it's a real delight. I have to say, it's a real delight. When it's going to get really cold here in the winter, this thing is going to battle that for us very, very nicely. Okay, I'm rambling as I usually do. See you, bye.